Good morning, 12th class. Everyone, good morning. Cash flow statement, accountancy, chapter 5. Yesterday, we completed with the cash from operating activity. So, first of all, I'll be discussing all those two numericals which I had given for homework. And then we'll start with investing activity, which is the second important activity. Because it's up to you कि आपने पढ़ना है या नहीं पढ़ना है. So first of all, we have to make working note. 80 minus 25, you can see here. 80 minus 25, 55. Then transfer to general reserve, 30. Transfer to general reserve, 30,000. Then provision for tax made during the current year. Current year minus previous year, which is equal to 15,000. So the total here is 1 lakh. So this is the working note number 1, or we can say step 1. With this 1 lakh, we will start the question. Now we have to see the other things. 5 things: depreciation, loss on sale of machine, amortization, interest payments, and discount written off. So depreciation is 12,500. It is given already. Amortization 8,000. Loss on sale of machine 20,000. It is also given. So no other things are given. So these three will be added, and this is the step 2 answer. 1,40,500. Step 2 answer. Okay. Now the step 3 answer, that is the decrease, add decrease in current assets and increase in current liability. So you can see that decrease in trade receivables are given. Trade receivables are current asset, 30,000 will be added. Decrease in trade payable are the current liability, so decrease will be deducted. 20, what is the amount? 4,700, I think. Yes, 4,700 will be deducted. Then outstanding expenses, I know, as on 1st April 2017, 5,000. As on 1st April 2018, is the 6,500. So 1,500 is the difference. So it means outstanding expenses are increased by 1,500. So that will be added. Now, Harshita, you have written that prepaid expenses समझ नहीं आया. Okay, I am telling you about prepaid expenses. Yes, prepaid expenses on 1st April 2017, it is given 2,000. So in the beginning of the year, prepaid expenses were of rupees 2,000. If no closing balance is given, then what we may assume? Please tell me, students, what we may assume if no closing balance is given. Closing balance is nil. It means closing balance is nil. Yes, in the beginning, the opening balance was 2,000, and in closing, there were no prepaid expenses. It means prepaid expenses are decreased. Prepaid expenses are decreased. So decrease means plus. So we have to add it. Am I clear now? So if no closing, like in outstanding expenses, you can see that both the balances are given, opening and closing. So if with reference to any expenses, any one balance is given, then that balance will be the main balance, and the other balance we will take 0. It may happen that the closing balance is given, but not the opening balance is given. In that case, we may assume opening as 0. But here opening is given, but not the closing is given. It means in the beginning of the year, we were having prepaid expenses of rupees 2,000, but at the end of the year, there were no prepaid expenses. So it means prepaid expenses from 2002 has become 0. So that is the decrease in prepaid expenses, and decrease in prepaid expenses will be added. Tell me, students, is your answer correct? Yes, 1,47,000. Yes, one more thing, which I have not told you, I think that yes, provision for taxation is given. So whenever only provision for taxation is given and it is not mentioned in the question that it is of current year or previous year, then we will assume that the previous year also the same provision for tax was there. So the same amount will be added in the step 1 and the same amount will be deducted in the step 4. So am I clear with this? You can write in your notes this point. If 2 years provision for taxation are given, current year and previous year, then what we have to do? Current year provision for tax will be added in the step 1 and previous year provision for taxation will be deducted from step 4. यही मैंने आपको बताया. But if only one provision for taxation is given without any year. So we will assume that the in current year and the previous year, the provision for taxation was same. So the same amount will be added in step 1. So the same amount will be added and the same amount will be deducted. So next question. This question I think I had given you. So in this manner also question can come. This is the different question which we have not done till now, because in this question statement of profit and loss account is given. Balance sheet is not given. Till now we have done 3-4 type questions in which the simple information was given, both your balance sheet was given, but in this question balance sheet is not given, statement of P&L is given. If you remember in chapter 3, we have prepared statement of P&L in this manner. So in this manner also your question for cash flow can come. आपने इसको कैसे करना है? Let's understand. So revenue from operation is given 19,20,000. Other income is added. Then total revenue 1 plus 2. Then expenses are deducted. Then it is total expense. Then profit before tax 3 minus 4. So it is 1,85,600. Then less taxes, profit after tax. So in such type of questions, it is up to you whether you are taking profit before tax or profit after tax. If you are taking profit after tax as a step 1, beginning of step 1, then you have to add back the taxes. If you are taking profit before tax, then need not to add back the tax. So it is up to you from where you are going to start your step 1. अगर आप प्रॉफिट बिफोर टैक्स से स्टार्ट करेंगे तो बिफोर टैक्स मींस टिल नाउ टैक्सेस आर नॉट डिडक्टेड, सो नीड नॉट टू एड इट. If we are starting with the profit after taxes, so what does it mean? It means taxes are deducted. It means taxes are deducted. So taxes are if already deducted, then we have to add it back. So it's your choice. You want to add it back or you want to start with before tax. So I am here starting with the profits before tax. Common sense तो यही कहती है कि why to do one step extra? हमें profit before tax ही तो find out करने हैं. When already profit before taxes are given, then need not to add the taxes. So we will start with the question profit before tax. In this question, profit before tax 1,85,600. So no transfer to reserve and other items are there, as well as transfer to reserve will be made only when the taxes will be paid. If till now we have not paid the taxes, then the no other steps of the question will be done. Proposed dividend, interim dividend, provision for tax, transfer to reserve. All these 4 steps will be done. 4 items will be added only when we are considering profit after tax. If profit before tax is there, it means till now we have not paid the tax, then how could we make reserves, we declare dividend, we declare interim dividend, because all these things will be declared or made only after paying the tax. It means abhi tak wo sab steps minus nahi hue hain, then we need not to add it back. Okay. So profit for before tax 1,85,000, and we will start with this amount 1,85,600. Then the next item, now we have to do the second step. Find out the items of the second step. You can see that in expenses, depreciation and amortization expenses are given. So you have to add it back. Then in other expenses, please consider the notes. In other expenses, you may find the loss on sale of machinery and any other thing. No interest paid are there, because if there may be interest and paid there, then they must be in the head expenses in the finance cost. But you can see that finance cost is not there. तो आप interest को consider नहीं करेंगे. Okay. So loss on sale of machinery and depreciation, only 2 items are there. So these 2 items will be added, 48,000 and 1,31,200. So the answer is 3,64,800. Now find out other income. Other income means dividend received, interest received. So these other income are 28,800 and note number 1 is given. So you can see in note number 1, other income, gain on sale of furniture 24,000, interest 4,800. Both are the investing income. So they will be deducted from operating. 4 items I have told you to deduct. So out of those 4, 2 are given. So these two will be deducted, 24,000, 4,800. Please tell me, second step answer is correct? All those who have done the question, please tell me, is their second step answer is matched with solution? Yes, students, I am waiting for your answer. Yes, yes. So second step answer is matched. So now we will be doing third step. Third step. This is our profit before working capital changes. So now the third step. Third step is increase in current liability will be added and decrease in current assets will be added. So from question we can see that the inventories are decreased by 49,600 and trade payables are increased by 20,000. So now the next step, decrease in current liabilities and increase in current assets will be subtracted. And from the given figure in the question, we can see that trade receivables are increased and outstanding expenses are increased. So these will be subtracted. Now the final answer. And before going to the final answer, do the step 4. Cash generated from operations. This is the step 3 answer. 3,64,800 is the step 3 answer. Now less taxes. So provision for tax is already given in the question. So the same amount will be deducted, 57,600. And now the final answer, cash flow from operating activities. Okay, cash flow from operating activities. So now the one more question. Afterwards, we will be doing investing activity. So one more question, and you can see this is the complete format of cash flow statement. आप अपनी बुक से भी बाद में पढ़ सकते हैं. In this statement, part A, cash flow from operating activities are given. So this all we have done, part A, completely we have done, and it is not necessary that in each and every question, each and every item will be given. Like what we are people going to add, first of all, this is the step 1, note number 1 is the step 1, in which we were finding out the net profit before tax and extraordinary item. Then step 2 is started, add depreciation, preliminary expenses, discount on issue of debenture, goodwill, interest paid, whether it is on short term or it is on long term. Interest paid on bank overdraft, it is a short term interest, loss on sale of fixed asset, increase in provision for doubtful debts. I'm showing you this statement so that you people are able to know that how you have to attempt the question. In this manner, in this format, you have to attempt the question. So less interest income, dividend income, rental income means rent received, gain on sale of fixed asset and decrease in provision for doubtful debts. Step 2 ended here. Then the answer of the step 2 is known as operating profit before working capital changes. Now step 3 we will start. Decrease in current asset, increase in current liability, increase in current asset, decrease in current liability. Okay. Then cash generated from operations. This will be the final answer. Then the step 1, this will be the answer of part 3, step 3. Then the income tax paid, net of refund. If you have received any refund, then suppose you are paying the income tax 50 and the refund is 10. So here 40,000 will be deducted. That's why it is written net of refund. And you can see that whatever the figures we have to deduct, they all are kept in brackets. Why I am telling you to keep all the figures in bracket? Because if we are not keeping them in bracket, then we may forget to deduct them. And by mistake, we can add them while attempting the question. Okay, so better to keep the figures in bracket if you want to deduct them. जिससे कि आपको याद रहे कि इसको मैंने माइनस करना है, प्लस नहीं करना है. कैश फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी आपका यहाँ पे कंप्लीट होता है. एक और क्वेश्चन करेंगे बेटा फॉर प्रैक्टिस, उसके बाद हम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. चलो स्टार्ट कर लेते हैं, बाद में कर लेंगे कैश फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग. सो नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज कैश फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग फॉर कि वेदर देयर आर सम मोर क्वेश्चन. कैश फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. Investing means, so whenever you people are doing investing activity, then you have to just consider only one head of the balance sheet. Tell me which head of the balance sheet. I'm waiting for your answer, students. In the beginning of the chapter, I told you that in case of investing activities, which head will be considered. Please tell me which head will be considered in balance sheet. In investing activities, which head will be considered? I'm waiting for your answer, students. Investing activity, invest कहाँ करते हैं आप? Where? Yes, assets. So non-current assets head will be considered. So if you are doing investing activity, then only one part of the balance sheet you need to consider, not the whole of the balance sheet. Which part? Non-current asset, which includes two: fixed assets, tangible and intangible, and second is non-current investment. Very good question. So if we are selling any fixed asset or selling any investment, then we must be getting cash. So the sale of all the investments and all the fixed assets will be considered the positive item there in investing activity. It means it will be definitely increasing the cash. And the purchase of any asset, land, building, plant, machinery, goodwill, patent, trademark, or any non-current investment will be decreasing the cash. So it will be deducted. अब आपने ऑपरेटिंग कर लिया है तो इन्वेस्टिंग और फाइनेंसिंग इज वेरी इजी और उनका फॉर्मेट उतना बड़ा भी नहीं है जितना ऑपरेटिंग का था. ओके, so it's a very small format. You can see in this PDF that calculation of net cash from investing activity. This is the second part. And one more thing, अभी तो हम इंडिविजुअली एक्टिविटी करेंगे, इंडिविजुअल एक्टिविटी जिसमें हम सिर्फ इन्वेस्टिंग के क्वेश्चन करेंगे. अब पहले हम सिर्फ ऑपरेटिंग के कर रहे थे, बट जब आप कंप्लीट क्वेश्चन करोगे फुल फ्लेज तो आपने इस तरीके से लिखना होगा. ये जो मैं आपको फॉर्मेट शो कर रही हूँ पीडीएफ में. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू विल स्टार्ट विद ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी. यू विल डू ऑल द स्टेप्स व्हिच आर गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन ऑफ ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी. इन जस्ट इन कंटिन्यूएशन below the answer of the operating activity, you will start the B part. B part means second activity. Second activity means cash flow from investing activity. Okay, cash flow from investing activity. So in continuation, in the same question, you have to show all the three activities. So first of all, we will be learning individually all three activities. Then we will be doing the complete full-fledged question, which is of 6-marker question. And in an exam, any one activity can come individually or the 6-marker complete question for related to all activities can come. Okay. So the second activity, investing activity, as I told you earlier, you can write, you can make a list which items are to be added and which are to be subtracted. So the first, in investing activity, anyone can do. It's very simple. Proceeds from sale of fixed assets. Means whenever we are selling any of the fixed asset, then we must be getting cash. So that cash will be added here. Proceeds from sale of fixed assets. Second, payment for purchase of fixed assets. Means if sale will be added, then it is understood that purchase will be subtracted because we are not considering the effect on asset. Remember this thing, we are here considering the effect on cash, whether cash is incoming or cash is outgoing. So you need not to consider asset is increasing, that's why we are adding it. No, we have to see its impact on cash. So whenever we will be selling off any asset, then our cash will be decreasing and increasing, sorry, so it will be added. And whenever we will be buying any asset, then we have to pay in cash. So cash will be decreasing, so it will be deducted. And if we have purchased any asset on credit basis or in purchase consideration basis, it means like barter system जो हमने पहले किया था स्टार्टिंग में कि आप एसेट के बदले में शेयर इशू कर रहे हो, तो उस केस में कैश पर कोई इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा. ओके, so sale of fixed asset will be added, purchase of fixed asset will be deducted, then sale of non-current investments will be added, sale of purchase of non-current investment will be deducted, then all the other income. Remember all those other income which we subtracted from operating activities in step 2. Dividend received, interest received, rent received. 3. All these 3 we subtracted from operating. Why? Because these are the investing activity. So these will be added here. Dividend received, interest received, and rent received. And remember, all these 3 items will be always given in adjustments. And I told you also that whatever is given in adjustment, that will be treated twice. So in operating activity, they are deducted, and in investing activity they are added. Why they are deducted from there? Because they are not operating income, but they were added in the profits. So that's why while doing that activity we subtracted these from there. And why we are adding it here? Because these are investing income, so they will be definitely added in the investing activity. दिस इज द लॉजिक बिहाइंड कि हमने क्यों वहां से माइनस किया और हम यहाँ पे क्यों प्लस कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब हमने पी&एल बनाया होगा, रिकॉल करो आप पी&एल का फॉर्मेट, तो इंटरेस्ट रिसीव्ड, डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड, रेंट रिसीव्ड, ये सब हम पी&एल के क्रेडिट साइड में लिख देते हैं, मींस दे आर ऑलरेडी एडेड इन प्रॉफिट्स। बट ये हमारी ऑपरेटिंग इनकम नहीं है, तो इसीलिए हमने ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी से माइनस किया और इन्वेस्टिंग में प्लस कर दिया। वैसे भी आप याद रखना, जब भी कोई आप एडजस्टमेंट करते हो तो एडजस्टमेंट मीन्स 2 टाइम्स, और 2 टाइम्स में ध्यान रखना एक बार प्लस होगा एक बार माइनस होगा। अगर पहले प्लस हो गया है तो अब माइनस हो जाएगा, अगर पहले माइनस हुआ था तो अब प्लस हो जाएगा। ये वाला आप ट्रिक भी याद रख सकते हो कि आपने ऑपरेटिंग में इस पर्टिकुलर आइटम के लिए क्या किया था। लाइक मैंने आपको बताया है कि इंटरेस्ट पेड इज अ फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी, तो जब आपने ऑपरेटिंग किया था तो इंटरेस्ट पेड को प्लस किया था, फाइनेंसिंग में आप उसको माइनस करेंगे। ओके स्टूडेंट्स, then the final answer you will be getting, that will be the net cash flow from investing activity. अच्छा, इसमें अभी बहुत कुछ है करने के लिए, ये मत समझ लेना कि इन्वेस्टिंग खत्म हो गया है, अभी इसमें कुछ लेजर अकाउंट्स भी बनेंगे जो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट बनाएंगे इस एक्टिविटी को। बट फर्स्ट वी कैन डू वन सिंपल क्वेश्चन, सो आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर। आई हैव डिस्प्लेड वन क्वेश्चन ऑन स्क्रीन, so you can start with this question. Here purchased and sold is already told you. So this much is purchased and this much is sold. Sold means plus and purchased means minus. So you can start with your answer. Purchased means cash is outgoing and sale means cash is incoming. So each and every sale of asset will be added and purchase will be subtracted. Plant, investment, goodwill, patents, interest received, you can see that it is given in additional information, but here you have to do only investing activity, here all आप ऑपरेटिंग नहीं करेंगे, यहाँ आपने सिर्फ इन्वेस्टिंग करना है यहाँ, और इन्वेस्टिंग में आपको सिर्फ ये 4-5 आइटम्स ही ट्रीट करने हैं। हाँ जी बेटा, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर, हैव यू डन? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं हम कि सारे प्लस वाले एक साथ लिखें और माइनस वाले एक साथ लिखें, उससे आपके लिए इजी हो जाएगा। इट मींस जो भी चीजें आपने सेल की हैं वो सब एक साथ लिखो, ऑल द प्लस फिगर्स यू कैन राइट once and then afterwards you can write all the items to be deducted, like plant. So what we will be writing, we will be making this type of format and we will be writing sale of plant 2 lakh plus, investment, sale of investment 80,000 plus, patents, sale of patents 1,50,000 plus, then interest received plus 8,000, then dividend received plus 20,000, and dividend paid and interest paid will not be considered. Why? Because these two are the financing outflows, so we are not going to consider it here. Then plant purchased minus 620, investments minus 240, these are the purchased. Goodwill is also purchased, that is 1 lakh minus. Then last line, a plot of land was purchased out of the surplus funds for investment purpose and was let out for commercial use, and rent received 30,000. Okay, so this 30,000 will be also added. Could you please tell me answer? Rent received is 30,000. This will be also added. Answer may be positive or negative. In operating activity, we were getting always positive answer, but in any of the activity, answer may be positive or negative. It may happen that we have purchased more assets as compared to the sale of assets, and it is always good for a company. It is always good for a company to have a negative answer in investing activity, because it means firm has invested a lot and it will be definitely increasing its production capacity. So getting negative answer from investing activity is good for any business or any company. Yes, answer is negative 4,72,000. Yes, Anmol, very good. Negative means you have to keep in bracket 4,72,000. Student, it was a very easy question and hardly 2-3 students have given me answer. You have to just add and subtract. कुछ फॉर्मूला नहीं लगाना, कुछ नहीं करना, आपको सिर्फ ऐड सब्ट्रैक्ट करना था इसमें. So how the answer has come? You can see purchase of plant negative, proceeds from sale of plant positive, purchase of investment 240, proceeds from sale of investment 80, purchase of goodwill 1 lakh, proceeds from sale of patents 150, interest received 8,000, dividend received 20,000, and rent received 30,000. Rent received 30,000. Then net cash used in investing activity. Final answer negative 4,72,000. And it's good for a company to have a negative answer in cash flow from investing activity. And one more thing, whenever you will be having negative answer from any of the activity, then you will be writing net cash used. Instead of writing net cash flow, you will be writing net cash used in investing activity. और अगर ऑपरेटिंग में आपका आंसर नेगेटिव आ रहा है तो इन ऑपरेटिंग. इट मीन्स नेगेटिव आंसर के लिए हम यूज्ड वर्ड यूज करेंगे. इट मीन्स इतना पर्टिकुलर कैश हमारा यूज हुआ है ड्यूरिंग द ईयर. नेट कैश यूज्ड इन इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी. So now this is the ledger or account making. इस एक्टिविटी में इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी आप जब भी करोगे स्टूडेंट्स तो आपको लेजर बनाना ही होगा. बिना लेजर बनाए आप कर नहीं पाओगे. मतलब आपको एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन हमेशा गिवन होगी और जब कभी भी आपको किसी भी आइटम से रिलेटेड एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन गिवन है देन यू नीड टू प्रिपेयर लेजर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर अकाउंट. सो इफ यू रिमेम्बर इन 11th क्लास हमने डेप्रिसिएशन वाला चैप्टर किया था. ओके अब ध्यान से सुनना क्योंकि इस पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट उसी पर बेस्ड है. सो इन दैट डेप्रिसिएशन चैप्टर वी प्रिपेयर्ड द एसेट अकाउंट. एंड इन एसेट अकाउंट first of if we are having the already asset is a having debit balance. So this is two balance. You can make this account in your notebook. You can see that total 7 items are there. Now one by one I'm going to explain all these 7 items. While doing investing activity, without preparation of account you will not be able to do investing activity. क्योंकि जिस तरीके का भी हमने क्वेश्चन किया that was very easy one, वैसे नहीं होंगे questions. Okay, so in this account, fixed asset account, it may be land account, building account, machinery account, furniture account, any fixed asset account. So that's why it's a sample and here it is written fixed asset account. Okay, so first item on the debit side you can see the balance BD. Balance BD you can write in bracket here opening balance. So it must be given in the question. Opening balance means balance of previous year. And then on the right hand side you can see the last item, that is the balance CD, that is the closing balance of the asset. Closing balance means current year balance. So in your notebooks you can write these two must be given in every question. Balance BD means balance of previous year and balance CD means balance of closing year. ये दोनों आपको गिवन होंगे. तो जब आप अकाउंट बनाना स्टार्ट करेंगे तो सबसे पहला काम आपका होगा इन दोनों को लिख लेना. डेबिट साइड में टू बैलेंस बीडी ओपनिंग बैलेंस और क्रेडिट साइड में बाय बैलेंस सीडी क्लोजिंग बैलेंस. एसेट्स के पॉजिटिव डेबिट बैलेंस होते हैं इसलिए डेबिट. नाउ आप रिकॉल करो जब भी आप एसेट खरीदते थे तो हम क्या एंट्री करते हैं. टेल मी द जर्नल एंट्री फॉर द परचेज ऑफ एसेट. टेल मी स्टूडेंट्स जर्नल एंट्री फॉर द परचेज ऑफ एसेट्स फर्स्ट. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर. जर्नल एंट्री फॉर परचेज ऑफ एनी एसेट लाइक यू हैव परचेज्ड मशीन. तो आप क्या जर्नल एंट्री करेंगे. मशीन खरीदी है आपने. यस वेरी गुड. यस यस वरुण वेरी गुड. मिताली अनुष्का. यस अनुष्का व्हाई परचेज. परचेज will not be there beta. Purchases will be there only when we are purchasing goods. Here we are purchasing asset. Yes, everyone has given me correct answer. मशीन टू कैश, मशीन एसेट टू कैश. अब आप मुझे बताओ जब हमने चैप्टर 11 किया था तो मैंने आपको ये बताया था कि कैश में करनी है एंट्री. जस्ट रिकॉल, ट्राई टू रिकॉल. हम क्या लिखते थे एसेट अकाउंट में जब भी हम एसेट खरीदते थे. टेल मी स्टूडेंट्स हम क्या लिखते थे जब भी हम एसेट खरीदते हैं. नॉर्मली परचेज ऑफ एसेट इज अ बिग अमाउंट. तो हम कहाँ से करते थे परचेजेस. यस बैंक. वेरी गुड. नाउ एवरीवन हैज गिवन मी करेक्ट आंसर. सो you can see third item in this account, debit side. Now come to the third item, debit side, to bank. So if we have purchased any asset during the year, then we have to write here to bank. Okay, to bank bracket में लिखा है purchase. Then now come to credit side. Credit side में you can see that the first item, अब याद करो जब हम asset बेचते थे, when we used to sell the asset, तो कौन कौन से 3 अकाउंट आते थे जब हम asset सेल करते थे? क्योंकि एसेट सेल करने से आपका एसेट तो डिक्रीज होगा ही, साथ में आपके पास पैसे भी आएंगे, और यस वेरी गुड, डेप्रिसिएशन भी आप उस एसेट पर लगाते हो. एंड वेन एवर वी विल बी सेलिंग एनी एसेट, यस वेरी गुड नमन, देयर मे बी प्रॉफिट और देयर मे बी लॉस. अब याद करो जब लॉस होता था तो किस साइड आता था और प्रॉफिट होता था तो किस साइड आता था? जब एसेट सेल करते थे एसेट अकाउंट में डेप्रिसिएशन वाले चैप्टर में, तो अगर आपका लॉस होता था तो आप किस साइड लिखते थे? अकाउंट की क्रेडिट साइड या डेबिट साइड? और प्रॉफिट होता था तो किस साइड लिखते थे? यस, लॉस क्रेडिट साइड एंड प्रॉफिट डेबिट साइड. यस, वेरी गुड स्टूडेंट्स. अब आप इजिली समझ जाओगे अकाउंट. आपको मैंने पिछला कॉन्सेप्ट रिवाइज करा दिया है. नाउ लेट come back to the account. So during the year, there may be sale or purchase of asset. Okay, listen now carefully. So first item is the balance BD, which is opening balance. Then last item is the balance CD, which is closing balance. Second, अगर आपने ड्यूरिंग द ईयर एसेट खरीदा है या सेल किया है तो दैट मस्ट बी गिवन इन द एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन. एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन में आपको बताया होगा. तो इफ यू हैव सोल्ड एनी एसेट, सो हियर यू हैव टू राइट ऑन द क्रेडिट साइड बाय बैंक and the sale price you are going to write. Then suppose an asset costing rupees 20,000, you have sold for rupees 15,000. So buy bank 15,000, and what about, there is profit or loss? Tell me students, there is profit or loss? Yes, there is profit or loss. Costing rupees 20,000 was sold for 15,000. There is a loss of 5,000. So this loss we are going to write on the credit side by writing statement of P&L loss. We will be writing by, here we will be not writing P&L because we are doing company chapter. In company, P&L is known as statement of P&L. So we have to write here statement of P&L, profit and loss account 5,000. But there may be depreciation also on this asset. थोड़ा सा change करती हूँ question को. An asset costing 20,000 on which you have charged depreciation of rupees 6,000, and that asset is sold for 15,000.